In FC25, we love custom tactics, and me included. We want the best formation and strategy to dominate Ultimate Team. Now, I've played over 150 matches in the first week, and I now know the best tactics to win in the AFC 25. For cheap and fast, reliable FC25 coins, check out MMOEXP, the link is down below, and use the code MATTHD for 5% off all of your orders. Now then, the last tactics went down so well, I had to bring you guys a top 5 tactics in the whole game. People around the world are using my tactics, going 17-0, and even getting into some of the best divisions in the new game. And that's why today I'm bringing you the top 5 custom tactics and formations in FC 25. Let's get it. So the first formation I'm going to show you is the 4-4-2. These tactics are great if you're starting the game and you want a very balanced formation. A 4-4-2 has always been the staple of football. We think back to the 90s, early 2000s. So many teams use a 4-4-2 compared to nowadays, and it's because it's so rugged, it's reliable. You can't ever go wrong with a 4-4-2. If you're struggling in the game, these could be the tactics for you. And don't worry guys, throughout the video, I will share the code for each formation for you to use. So here they are. Now, the team I've got is there. I've got De Jong, Gravenberch, Koundé, Gomez, Beasley, and you can see the rest there as well. We've got Griezmann playing striker, and it's a really awesome team. Also, this is a 0-point spend team. Anyway, these are the 4-4-2 custom tactics. If you want them, honestly, feel free. I'm here to help you guys out. Be sure to subscribe and leave a like for more of these tactic meta videos, and let's get into it. So 4-4-2 flat is the formation you do want to choose. You haven't got like a CDM, there's no cam, it's straight up 4-4-2, old school vibes here. This formation's great, by the way. I did start using this early on, and I've used it a ton in draft. And speaking of draft, I'm 28-6 in the draft game mode this year, using a whole variety of formations. So this is why I wanted to bring you guys this video today, because finally we're at a stage here where I can confidently tell you the best tactics to use. Anyway, 4-4-2 flat is the formation. Now, build-up style, I will go for balance there. Balance for me is the meta. If you are very, very aggressive in this game and how you want to play the game, maybe you can go counter there. Counter works really well. If you're more of a, build-up player, want to do those short passes, 1-2s, short passing could be for you. But for me, what's worked best so far is balance. Now, the defensive approach there, I've gone for 60. The reason why, I feel like if I go for 70, it's just far too high. And in game, I can get countered quite easily. If, for example, De Jong loses the ball there, or Gravenberch, I can get countered. So I go for in between there, still playing a bit aggressive, but that's what I do there, guys. Now, for tactics, let's get into it. So Edison, I've gone for goalkeeper and defend. Honestly, he's actually a very aggressive goalkeeper, and I think he's brilliant. He's great with his passing. However, he often likes to come and go for the sweeper keeper role, even if you've got goalkeeper. So make sure you keep him as goalkeeper and defend. If you have got him as sweeper keeper, he is way too aggressive, guys. He comes in for crosses way too much. So goalkeeper is the play there for Edison. Now, both centre-backs here, fairly straightforward. They've gone for 2 centre-backs with the defender roles and also defend. This way, they're both very calm in defense. They're not going to run forward too often or be out of position. So that's why I've gone for defender on both player roles. Now, for the right back and left back position, this is where things change a bit from normal. I've gone for wing back, as they can still defend and they can still attack. It gives you the best option there of a balanced right back. And if I had, for example, false back, he is way too much in midfield there, even in centre mid sometimes. So I go for wing back on the right back and also my left back. Now, I know you guys might be asking about the player roles in FC25 and how important they are. They are important, but for me, the emphasis more so is on how the position's looking for my player. So, for example, Llorente looks way better as a wing back, but if he did have a false back plus or plus plus on his role, yes, you could do that, but look at the positioning, guys. I don't want Llorente there. Why would I? He's so out of position, and that's why I believe the role, I would focus more on the actual positioning of the player. So right back and also left back, guys, have the exact same in this formation. The balance on both as well is a must-have. Make sure you guys have that. Now, this is what I'm saying about roles. It's great that he's got the wing back plus role. That's perfect. And I also want him in this role. So I've gone for the wing back there on DeMarcus Beasley. He is, for me, the best left back I've used in this game so far, probably alongside Hernandez in form, Cartrawai, and Mendy, and Bompastor. Those 5 are, for me, the best 5 left backs I've used. This guy, though, in this formation is stunning. Now, I've actually gone for winger. So on the left side and also right side, look at the positioning. This means that the right mid and right back, and also left back and left mid, are so important to work together. They track back together and they work in attack together. And I've gone for winger because I want him to get those crosses in. I want him to stay on the right side so he can get forward and receive passes from Gravenberch. And the same goes for De Jong making passes to Jota. I don't want him too far in, more like a cam, right? Or left cam. That's why I love having these players, guys, on the wing. You find, though, with this spacing, your left mids and right mids here will have so much space. It's amazing. So winger and balance as the focus for the right mids. Now, centre mid, one of the most important positions in this whole formation. For this, guys, the right centre mid, you want to have as holding and then defend. Otherwise, you are going to be tracking back loads with your player manually. And I need to have at least one defensive-minded centre mid. For my left centre mid, in this case De Jong, I've gone for deep lying playmaker. He covers the area 1-2. If I was to go box to box, he'd be everywhere, and I don't want him going back to defend that much. So I've gone for deep lying playmaker. Still holds the line and also is in position a lot of the time. He doesn't go too far forward, doesn't go too far back either. I've also got defend on for focus on both of them. De Jong, though, with that role, will still get forward, guys, don't worry. Whereas Gravenberch is more the holding mid. Now, also, interestingly, this year, we have got with or without ball at the top. As you can see, with the ball there, that's how the team shapes. And without the ball, that's how the team shapes. So both really solid shapes there. Obviously, when we're attacking with the ball, that's how far forward the left back and right back get. But it really creates an amazing attack, if you think about it. It's almost like we've got a 2-4-4 attack in a way. If that's a ridiculous formation, then it probably is. It really is. I mean, look how far the right back and left backs go, and they also track back really nicely. I love that style, man. It's so fun. Now, for my two strikers, I've actually got as advanced forward on both. I've tried Poacher, but for me, Poacher, I just find way too one-dimensional. I really do. I feel like they're just stationary a lot of the time. Whereas advanced forward, they're far more complete, and they actually get in behind the defensive line for me even more. I love advanced forward, guys. It's my favorite thing. Think of advanced forward as getting behind on previous FIFAs. So they're the two player roles, and they are the tactics for 4-4-2. Look at the shape, guys. It's so fun to use. It's great for defending as well, and it's awesome. Now, obviously, if you do want to use this code, guys, there it is in the top left of your screen right now. Maybe write it down. It is there, though. Take a screenshot if you want. The code is right there. Also, I'll leave the code in the description of the video, guys, maybe on the pinned comment as well. But they are the 4-4-2 tactics. They're really nice, great shape, attacking and defending. Let's get into the next formation. Now, the next tactics I'm going to show you are the rattiest tactics you ever come across in your life. And when I tell you, by the way, that these are #1 pro player tactics, then I'm not joking. These are actually #1 tactics in the world. If the best player in the world, guys, at this current time is using these tactics, then guess what? You need to as well. This formation, by the way, was banned in tournaments in the last FC24. I wonder if it'll happen again. I believe Anders has also been using 5 at the back and other pros, so I'm jumping on the bandwagon, guys. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this as well is because I actually got into my best division so far with these tactics. These are really overpowered tactics. I'm now on a 2-win streak in Division 3, which is insanely hard, by the way. So if you guys have played the game already, you know how difficult that is. And the 5 at the back formation has proved pivotal in getting me into that division, and here they are. And a big thank you to Stingray himself. Link is down below, guys. Give him a follow. This is the guy with the #1 in the world tactics, and they work for good reason. And of course, I've called it Rat HD. Do blame the Twitch chat for that, guys. Anyway, let's jump into it and show you what we do. So 5-2-1-2 is obviously the formation there, and I've got Gravenberch playing as a centre back, Jota left centre mid, who's really good there, by the way. Koundé's one of the best centre backs in the game, and it's just an insanely hard formation to break down. Having 5 defenders is huge in this game, and I'll show you some gameplay throughout the video on how these formations work. And especially in defense, this team is just a rock, and you always have backup when you're defending because you've got so many defenders. If you're struggling in the game, conceding too many goals, this could be for you. Now, the cool thing is about this formation is that in attack, it's amazing. Look at the shape of the attack compared to how we defend. It becomes like a 3-4-1-2 in attack, and that's what makes it so unbelievably hard to stop an attack as well. As soon as you win the ball back and defend, bang, you're right into an attack there with pretty much 7 attackers from the get-go. And that's why having the counter build-up style here works so well. Now, 60 depth, I believe I've changed this slightly from the #1 player. I prefer these. You guys can go for whatever you want there. For me, 60 depth there got me into Division 3, and now I'm on a win streak. So I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, 5-2-1-2, counter, and then balance 60. I just can't get over what this looks like with the ball. It's honestly, it's really fast paced and it's so fun to use, guys. Now, player roles though are as follows. You've got poacher as the player role and then false nine. They really balance each other well. Try and get someone like Antoine Griezmann for this team, guys. He's the best striker I've used other than Mbappe or Ronaldo. I'm talking more cheap end of the scale. Shadow striker though, I will use on Phil Foden there, and also attack. Now you guys can see there though that Griezmann drops back into that position there to really support Foden. Foden will get you so many goals no matter who your cam is, guys. If you've got like a cheap starter team, someone just typed in the code there in my Twitch stream while I'm offline. That's really random. That's awesome though. The false nine role though makes so much sense, and as I said before, guys, having a cam in this formation that's actually the best player in your team is really important. Foden actually might be the best and most important player in this squad. Some of the goals I score with him are literally insane, and having a strong cam is vital. If you guys have like a starter team though and have someone like Sosboslai or Dybala on the cheaper end compared to Foden, then still use these same tactics. They will work wonders for you. So poacher and attack, and then false nine and builder play. You want to make sure on the cam you've got shadow striker and attack, left center mid is playmaker, and roaming is really important. That way Jota can cover more ground. He gets back so well in this game, by the way, as well. So many good tackles Jota makes, even though his tackling isn't amazing. And De Jong, as a defender, comes back while we are without the ball. So that means we've got an extra man playing more like a 6 in defense than 5. He works perfect there. Wing back and balance and false back and balance seems to work great here for the #1 player in the world. At this point, though, guys, do make sure you have your best passer of the ball at central center back. So I'm actually going to make an adjustment there. Play a swap with Gravenberch. Gravenberch has better passing than someone like Gomez. Make sure you've got the best passer of the ball there. Edison as a goalkeeper and defend. And you can see there for the rest of the defense, they are the tactics. Defender, defend, ball playing, defender, defend, and defender, defend. So they are the 5-2-1-2 tactics, guys. And there is the code for you in the top left. This will be the meta this week and maybe for the next month. Get practicing, guys, if you do want a 5 at the back. I know it might be frowned upon. I'm doing it though. You guys might want to as well. Now, the next tactics are tactics that you might have seen, but a lot of you have requested to show them, as I've been using them and adapting them slightly as well since last time I showed you. These are still though some of the most meta tactics I've tried for years. It's such a well-balanced formation. As I showed you guys on my last tactic video a few days ago, these are them right now. 4-4-1-1 midfield is the formation you want. Look how balanced this formation is, guys. Balanced build-up style, and then depth I actually do have as 60 in game. So they are my tactics, guys, for the preset on Ultimate Team right now. This is my main formation. If I start a bit slow in a game though, I might go to the 5-back formation and then go back to 4-4-1-1. But overall, 4-4-1-1 is probably the joint best tactic you need to use in game right now. I would have the 5 at the back formation, guys, as #1 equal with these tactics. For player roles, I've got advanced forward plus attack for Griezmann. As you can see from the positioning there, he is a perfect striker there, getting in the central, getting in a bit left and right and behind. Foden plays a bit like a second striker, even though you've got the playmaker role there. Gravenberch, I've got as holding and defend. De Jong, I've actually got as box to box. In the left center mid spot here, guys, you do need a player who is more of a box-to-box player, can score, can make some really key passes. You could go Gravenberch there if you want to, but for me, I really think Gravenberch is even better as a holding mid over De Jong. Box-to-box, though, and balance. Inside forward for Jota. As you can see, though, this is how the team plays without the ball and with the ball. With the ball, I like to push my players up there again. Then the fullbacks play really wide. And look how balanced it is. It's so attacking, but at the same time, when we're defending, it becomes like a 4-4-2 in defense with a spare cam and striker. So if we win the ball back, we can just attack the opponent so quickly. It's so stunning, guys. My right mid, I like to have an inside forward as well. And the same as my left mid. So balance and inside forward. Right back, I like to have wing back and balance. Again, we can have a balanced right side of the pitch here with that tactic. And the same applies to DeMarcus Beasley, who currently is my left back. As you can see, without the ball, very defensive, and he's ready to pounce on attack with that play style and play role being wing back. So they are the tactics, guys, for my defenders. Now, I actually do like to go and be a bit more aggressive here and have my defenders with stopper. I feel like this is the only formation, though, I use this in, and it works well, though. They like to be a ball-winning centre-back here. Try and have someone like Koundé, Militao. Obviously, Virgil's a target. Mickey van de Ven is amazing with these tactics, by the way. Have used him a lot as well, starting out. They're the tactics, guys, for the very meta 4-4-1-1 tactics. They're amazing. If you do need the code though, it's on your screen in the top left right now. Now, the next tactic I really got to share with you guys is this one, and it's actually going to be the 4-2-3-1 narrow. If you're struggling in the game right now and you need a lot of changes, you just want to solidify your record in FUT champs or rivals, you need to get a few wins under your belt. Well, guess what? This is a really stunning formation that is quickly becoming the meta in FC25. It's the good old 4-2-3-1. This is a fan favorite formation, really. This is actually the formation that got me 20-0 in FC24, and it works really well again. It's still meta in this game as it's so well thought out, got really balanced positions here, and this is a formation which has a very similar shape with the ball and without the ball, and that way we can really stop those quick counters which are the meta in this game, or rebounds. You know, in this game, guys, I'm telling you right now, there are so many counters, it's deadly. Now, I like to have Playmaker on my right attacking mid and balance. That way, they can just be like a winger and also right attacking mid at the same time. That really works well for me, guys. I also, you'll notice, I like to have my cams or right mid, left mid on the same instructions. That way, the team attacks in a good unison formation, and they seem to play better that way. Now, all across the front line there with the 3 cams, I've actually got Playmaker on for each and every player there. You can have roaming if you want to be a bit more attacking around the striker. But for me, guys, I like to go with balance, and balance for the 3 cams. Now, I'll have Griezmann as the striker there. However, as a striker, I'm actually going to switch that to advanced forward plus. I've just realized that is much better for 4-2-3-1. That way, Griezmann can get passes from Rodrigo and Jota a bit more than if he was, for example, Poacher, when he's playing more central. Having advanced forward there actually is really good, as he will go right and left now for more passes. So that works well, guys, for my front 4 players. Now, you do want to make sure, though, they've got holding and defend, and holding and defend again on your 2 CDMs. Make sure as well, if this is like a starter team, you've got a decent starter CDM. Someone who's got like at least 70, 75 pace. You're going to need some good CDMs here, guys, desperately, in order to stop good attacks in FC25. Now, right back, I've gone for fullback and balance there on both of my options there. That way, the shape of this team stays the same for defending and also while attacking. And that's what I go with for the right back and left back. Centre backs, though, this time are going to be a bit more defensive. And it is, in general, actually a more defensive formation, which might help you concede less goals very quickly in the new game. Defender and then defend on for all of the centre backs, and the goalkeeper on goalkeeper and defend. And of course, guys, if you do want the code to use right now, I can show you now. Also, quickly, guys, I've got 46 line height. For 4-2-3-1, you definitely do want a lower team depth there than 50. For me, that's always worked well in the past. I'd go from anywhere between 40 and 46, as that way your defense stays really strong on a counter. And there is the code for you guys in the top left corner. Now, the next tactics you need to use in the new game are as follows. These are really meta, and if you're more of a tiki-taka kind of player, this is definitely for you. So 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I've noticed, is really overpowered when you nail how to play this game in this style. And what I mean by that is playing like a prime Barcelona Pep Guardiola team back in 2009-2010, but the passes, and the short passes specifically, are the most important part of this formation. As you can see, without the ball, it's 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I've gone for short passing there, as that's what we'll be focusing on in game. Defensive approach there, I've gone for 65, as it gives me a lot of aggression in when I'm countering the team. And also, as these players will move everywhere on the pitch, especially the fullbacks, I want to have that aggressive line to go and get those goals. So this is the tactical preset, guys, for that. Now, player roles, I've gone for goalkeeper and defend. That's okay to leave as that for Edison. Right back, though, left back are so vital, guys, to be good ball playing right back and left backs. You need good pass of the ball here, good dribblers, and they will be so important in each attack you have with this meta formation. The reason why, though, is false back. As you can see, it's a very narrow formation. I actually do want Llorente to push on and get either side of Gravenberch, maybe just behind him, and start these attacks. And I've actually got the same there for my left back. False back and balance, guys, are the tactics you do want there for the fullbacks. Now, I've gone for holding plus and then also defend for De Jong. I need at least one midfielder here to be staying back, right? I need to have at least 3 defenders in case I get countered, and that's what will do that. Having De Jong as a holding midfield there is really important. Now, Gravenberch, I've gone for box to box and balance, and the same can be said for Jota. And look how narrow this formation plays. You have to play to this style. Do not play on the wing with this formation. This is literally a formation, guys, that is very meta. More and more players around the world are using this every day, and you want to play it narrow though. So box to box for both players on your center mid spot. The cam position though, I've gone for playmaker and balance. If you go roaming though, I find that they just get too far forward, left or right side of the strikers. They get a bit clustered there. And that's why I like to have playmaker and balance. That means that Foden as a cam will really act as a proper cam and will be the player that makes everything tick. I want him to pass to Griezmann, to Rodrigo, and receive passes quickly from Jota and Gravenberch. That way we can start scoring more goals and getting these short passes into my strikers even quicker there. So playmaker and balance, guys, is what you need at the cam spot. For the right striker, you want to have advance forward and attack. If you do go for target forward, they just come back a bit too much for my liking, and also they don't really play in like a roaming role. Whereas Poacher as well, a bit similar to target forward there, has got the same heat map. I feel like advanced forward here works best because they really do stay narrow in this formation. And the same can be said for the left striker, guys, in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation. I do the exact same there, advance forward and attack, and just look at the heat map of each player. It's super narrow. There's no one going on the wing other than my center mid from time to time. The rest of the team is acting super narrow in this formation. As you can see, look how narrow that gets. I've literally got 8 players there playing an attack every time we start the attack, and that's why so many of your players will become open with this formation. And if you follow my instructions here with these tactics, you get way more wins in the new Ultimate Team, especially if you play with that tiki-taka style here. This might be the one for you. Look at the difference it makes with and without the ball there as well. We go straight into a narrow position there, and they go and get those goals in a fun way. This is a really meta formation that I highly recommend. So guys, there were some of the best custom tactics in the world I can show you right now. And also there is the 4-1-2-1-2 tactics for you in Ultimate Team. It really is amazing. Get using them, guys. Comment down below though, what is your current favorite formation in FC25 right now? Do let me know. I'll make sure to leave the codes, guys, in the description of this video as well. For me, I would say 4-4-1-1 midfield and 5 at the back are my favorite formation so far. 4-2-3-1 though is really impressing me a lot, guys, as well. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed these brand new custom tactics, guys. Leave a like and subscribe for more of these. Have a truly special day, and how are you getting on in the new FC?